This is my first Midjourney image. Here's my my prompt that I used. A fluid interior Fibonacci structure inspired by nature with a sand parametric texture. Virtual installation, highly realistic, long exposure shot. That's an interesting one. Bright and warm, sensual lighting. Now, reflective surrounding doesn't have to be, but I just put it in. And a cinematic wide angle shot. That's kind of what makes it interesting. Here we have our aperture of 16:9. I did it obviously in a portrait format just because I really like this high ceiling and I think it worked really well. I gave it a high stylization in version 6. Now this is kind of how I went with this, so I'll download this picture. There we go. And then we move on to Runway. This is where it gets really interesting. So let's start with an image. I love doing image and description because it just gives good vibes in an image in the video that comes out at the end. So let's upload our image here. Now that's kind of where it gets interesting. So you can see I have tons of images that I generated. Let's go to our new one. Here we go. So you upload it first, put it in. Let's see, let's start with our description. So we want this to have a cinematic shot and we want strobe light effects. Just, it always gives a good, it gives good outcome. So let's just try that. There we go. Let's start with this. So number 5 is, we want to push that up to 10 because we want it to give us just basically a more intense outcome. 9 is fine too. Let's go to camera motion. Now this is where you kind of have to have a camera shot in mind. So in this case I would like to have it zoom in just a bit and have it zoom high up just because I want to enhance that ceiling. There we go. Okay. Now the other cool thing is you can actually highlight certain areas that we really want to show. So in this case I would love to put a little more motion on these pink elements just because I love how they turned out. And then there we go. Let's give it a little bit of a swoosh. A little bit of ambient noise. There we go. Now my second area, that's why I'm selecting brush 2. Let's do something here. Let's have this kind of move. So it's like an organic ceiling thing. And this is kind of where you can get creative because it really depends on how you select the parts that are supposed to move. Now sometimes I just put noise and then it kind of gives just a little bit of movement, not too intense. And let's see what goes on here. So we generate this image here. This is where we press on the purple button. And then we wait and let's see what happens. It does take a little time, so not long enough to get up to get a coffee, but it does take a few seconds, and then you can see as your image unfolds. Let's stay online together here so you can see how long it actually takes, because it doesn't take very long, and then it does make the process very quick. Hopefully it's a good outcome, otherwise you have to tweak it and see what happens. I've had some really cool effects with the brush down here. So these are kind of things that I really like playing with. You can also use this little eraser down here if you want to, if you notice in the outcome that there's a part you don't want to have in motion. So yeah, let's do done and see. Yeah, 64%. We're already pretty far, so this is not bad. This is going pretty quickly today. So let's see. It looks like we're almost. Yeah, we're pretty done now. I like this. Okay. There are certain parts I would change, but I love this upper part of the ceiling, how it starts moving like this organic thing. And then we have Yeah, I love it. Okay, so down on the flooring you can see a lot of like organic structures forming, which is great. Now I think there's a bit too much going up, so let's kind of like give the zoom a little less. Let's make it less vertical, because it's not actually necessary. I think the effects within the image are great. Okay, so let's generate this again, and then I'll show you how to extend an image into a longer movie. So currently we're generating 4 seconds for this video, and it makes sense to actually extend it to 8 seconds, because usually at 8 seconds you get more interesting video features. Going beyond 8 seconds for me hasn't really worked out. Usually it gets very distorted once you extend beyond 8 seconds, but you know, I've done 12 seconds, I've done 16. It really depends on what you're looking for. But when it comes to like these cinematic interior shots or architecture shots, it gets distorted really quickly. So my tip would be stay within 4 or 8 seconds, and then you know, you get a good outcome. Unfortunately, you do have to pay for Runway. It does work in credits, and you know, but I think it's worth it. Let's see, the image is done. There we go. Okay, interesting strobe light effect. Now you can really see the strobe lights. I love it. This is what I wanted. So sometimes it makes sense to like reduce the settings so they're not in full max, and it just kind of gives something more interesting. So let's see what happens when we extend this video 4 more seconds. Let's extend down here on the purple button. Okay, I do like this. I'll give it a 4. Render quality is great. There we go. It's always good to give some feedback. Now, let's see. Now this is going to be an 8-second video, and you'll see the difference. Sometimes it enhances the effects a bit too crazy. Let's see. Let's rewatch this. Okay, so here we have it's in motion, still sliding downwards. I love it. Now that flash effect in the middle, depends what you want. It's a bit too much for me. Let me see. The one that we had before was... okay. Solid. Let's see, 64%. Let's see here. Now this is where I think will be the end of this video, because I'm already maxing out at 8 seconds, so let's see what works and what doesn't work. Okay. Great. Okay, I love it. The intensity of the colors. Okay. Very interesting. So it really shifts. This is where you can decide as an artist, is this what you wanted? Is this the effect you want to go for? Let's see. Okay, so let's download this. There we go, and we'll download the one before, and we'll download the very first one. There we go, which is great, because now we have, you know, a few different ones to choose from. And here we go. Here's my video. Let's open it. Okay. Anyway, that's it. We have our videos done, and now we can start using them, posting them. This is, you know, first one, second one. They all work, so it depends what I want to go for. But have fun, explore, and try all the settings. Thanks.